Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this public hearing for the purpose of hearing ordinance number 2022-03, amending chapter 325 zoning to modify density factor. So I think what we're going to do is we do have some testimony, and Randall will set the stage for what the proposed changes are. Charlie, do you want
Right, and then we'll take.
to lay down the groundwork? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll, Randall will give a summary, I think, of the ordinance, and then if anybody in the audience has public comments, please come forward, state your name and address, and then the board will entertain your comments.
Yeah, and we will have testimony from Riley Notzel with Harley Snyder in place of Mr. Tom Mahilla, who the board has heard from in the past, but he's unable to attend tonight. But Riley was here at the planning commission meeting prior, so he has a good knowledge of what we're speaking to tonight. He's representing his client, which is Pleasant Valley Road LLC, who initially introduced this to the township. But with that said, this has been a long vetted proposal here to amend the township zoning ordinance in the neighborhood commercial table that speaks to the density factor, potentially increasing that from 30 units per acre to 40 units per acre. I will say that's not a one-for-one doesn't transpire one-to-one. It's actually weighted by the bedroom size of the particular unit. So it's not 30. If you have 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, you get 30, and each of those you do not. It would only apply if it was a studio apartment or an efficiency, if you will. Anything that has bedrooms in it gets weighted a factor, if you will, and that plays into the number that gets you the 30 or the 40, what they're proposing. As I've stated, this has been well vetted. It was introduced here back in 2021 to the Board of Supervisors, and then went to the Planning Commission twice with their comments and so forth. And we asked the applicant to provide some more information to make sure that this was something that they were in a position to support to the township. And they have made a recommendation to approve this amendment to the township zoning ordinance. So when to bring that to your attention, that's part of my summary to the Board of Supervisors. And the applicant's attorney is going to speak to that this evening as well. They have provided a wealth of information to us throughout this process to make sure that the township had the information at their disposal to make an educated decision, and also provide the staff with that information too. So we as a staff could provide the Planning Commission and the Board of Supervisors as much information as necessary to again make a decision that's well thought out and well vetted. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to the representative from Barley Steiner, Mr. Riley Notzel.
While he's coming up here, I do want to make a statement for the record. I have made this at every meeting that we've had discussing this potential change. I own 2 properties totaling about 7 acres directly adjacent to and to the north of the property that was in question and that brought this whole zoning request to light. So there is a potential impact to me and my property, and I will be recusing myself from any vote.
Good evening. Thank you for the introduction. Sure. Again, I'm Riley Notzel with Barley Snyder. My colleague Tom Mahilla has really been kind of spearheading this process, and he apologizes that he couldn't be here this evening. So as was mentioned, we represent Pleasant Valley Road LLC. I have Mark Horst with me. He's a representative of the owner of the property. And as was mentioned, the property is Wyndham Point at the intersection of Pleasant Valley Road and Mount Zion Road. There's an apartment complex and an office retail lot. This is the parcel in question is the office retail lot as part of a condominium consisting of about 8.046 acres in the neighborhood commercial district. We've worked with the township. We've been in front of you before and also the Planning Commission, originally proposing to change the density factor for multifamily in the neighborhood commercial district from 30 to 37. But after discussions and providing additional information, it was recommended by the planning commission to actually propose a density factor of 40. So we went back and submitted a formal request for that density factor. We also provided some additional information showing the parcels that comprise the neighborhood commercial district to kind of show what this may look like if approved and how it would impact other parcels in the district. The neighborhood commercial district we determined was sort of divided into northern and southern sections, with the southern part mostly already developed. And the northern part is basically eight or so parcels that we've determined. And many of those have been developed as well, some of which are still vacant. So again, we submitted this requesting a density factor increase to 40. At the planning commission meeting last month in April, they recommended approval. And the county planning commission did review this, but their review sort of misunderstood what the density factor means in Spring Township. They assumed that the 40 meant 40 units, like a 1-for-1, but obviously, as was explained, it's a weighted factor. So they confirmed that they sort of misread or misinterpreted what the intent of this text amendment was. And we did explain that and discuss that with the planning commission at last month's meeting as well, and they concurred that the interpretation was incorrect based on what the county planning commission. We do feel that this proposal is consistent with the township comprehensive plan, recognizing the neighborhood commercial district as a primary growth area and recognizing that new housing options are necessary in these areas. We believe that this will promote redevelopment of vacant and underutilized properties and provide for high quality housing opportunities in the district and in the township. In addition, we think that it will promote affordable housing options and eliminate barriers to well-designed multifamily housing development. We also think it's consistent with the county plan. The township's neighborhood commercial districts are recognized as primary growth areas in that plan. And we think that this amendment will sustain the viability of those growth areas by encouraging housing types, higher densities, promoting diverse and high quality neighborhoods, encouraging development in already developed areas, encouraging new development in growth areas, and increasing density in growth areas to lessen the impact of growth on the established rural areas. With that, we can answer any questions that you have. I believe we submitted quite a bit of information over the course of the last several months, along with our actual petition. But if there's any questions, we're happy to answer it. And like I said, Mark, of course, is here as well to answer any questions about the specific property.
Questions? Don, any questions?
No.
Appreciate your testimony. At this point, I would like to move to public comment and invite anyone forward who would like to speak to this ordinance. And if there is anyone in attendance on Zoom, if you would like to address this ordinance to the board, please click the raise hand button in the lower right hand corner of your Zoom screen and you will be admitted to the meeting. Any comment from anyone? Done.
Yeah.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.